with this question from Swarm HD. Can you change the cam on the O3 unit to a better one like the Nebula Pro? You cannot. Currently, the O3 camera is the only camera that works with the O3 Air unit. Now, you could use the Vista Air unit with a Nebula Pro, and you can bind the Vista to your goggles too by updating the firmware on the Vista. So that is a way you could, if you had the goggles 2 or the Integra, get that to work. But the O3 Air unit itself only works with that camera. Not only is the plug different, which I'm 99% sure the plug is different, but even if it plugs in, it's a digital data link connection. So like even if there was a camera out there that had the same plug and you could physically plug it in, there's no expectation that it would actually work, and it probably wouldn't. Big JFPV wants to know, is there a way to stream video out of the V2 goggles if I have an O3 Air unit? I don't think so, although I feel like I want to do a video where I run through these different permutations of what works with what, because it's kind of confusing. Unfortunately, I'm missing some hardware. So if you have the O3 Air unit, you can plug in to your phone and the DJI Fly app will work. And the DJI Pro controller will work. But as far as streaming the video, so I guess the question would be, if you have the O3 Air unit, does the DJI Fly app work with the V2 goggles? And my expectation would be yes, although I'm not 100% sure about that. The chat can certainly pop up if you guys know. I would expect, but that's not really streaming unless you have another piece of software that can stream the footage from your phone. So, like for example, there is a tool. It's the VOD Ninja. Blunty, that's actually the same tool you use to call into the news. And I think, isn't there a version of VOD Ninja that runs on your phone? I think there is. There sure as heck is. So what you could do, oops, wrong screen, sorry. What you could do is you could run the DJI Fly app on your phone, and you could use the VDO Ninja. That's what it is, VDO Ninja app. You could use that on your phone to stream that to another source, and that would kind of work. But that's probably not exactly what you were hoping here. You're probably looking for something more simple, but there we go. QIN, Quinn FPV, Chin FPV says there's a, oh, that's not right. There's a better gimbal choice for the TX16S and the Boxer. What the hell is this? These Flysky makes good gimbals. These are Flysky gimbals? No, don't do that. Flysky metal throttle centering Hall gimbals for NV14 PL18. Why is this better? Why is it better? What's better about it? I'm waiting for him to tell me in the chat. I mean, it looks like a well-made gimbal. Flysky makes very good gimbals. The big question I would have is, does it just plug in? Like, Flysky gimbals are the Nirvana NV14 gimbals are digital, aren't they? Does it plug in to the mainboard on the Boxer and the TX16S? And also, the other question is, do they support the synced polling rate? So I remember from the release of the Elysium radio that the gimbals were capable of higher polling rates, but the default firmware didn't support it. But that might be something that like EdgeTX would fix. So for them to really be worth considering, they need to support synced polling so that they can run at the same polling rate as your RC link. I'm intrigued. I suspect that most people will not be, like, I suspect for most people, the gimbal is not the thing that makes them a better or worse pilot. So on some level, this is just, it's a little bit wanky, but what the heck? We like wanking about things. It's fine. Why don't you DM me about this and let's talk about it? Is it Chin or Chi or Quinn? I don't know how to say your name, sorry. But why don't you DM me about this and we'll talk about it. That's intriguing. We got this question from Freewood. Freewood was in the chat 20 minutes before the stream began trying to get this question answered. I hope Freewood is still here. We're going to go ahead and take it. My plane crashed with Cadix Vista. I have OSD but no video. New camera and cable, still no video. Camera and cable work on my other Vista. What could the problem be? Freewood, this is a case where I'm going to tell you what you probably already know, but you're hoping that it's not true. So you're like in the denial stage of grief, if you will. Based on your analysis, OSD but no video, okay? That means that the air unit is alive and talking to the flight controller, but is not getting data from the camera, okay? So now you swapped the camera and the cable and still no video. Then you put the camera and the cable on another air unit and they worked, so they're good. What does that leave? It's your air unit, and specifically it sounds like the camera connector on your air unit may be broken. Probably at this point, you're going to replace the Vista. Somewhere out there, there's someone who might be able to repair it by like desoldering and replacing the camera connector. I don't know who that person is or where they are. And that's a very difficult repair. CKFPV wants to know, how do you find out the firmware version of ExpressLRS on your drone? CK, the best way to do that is to let the receiver go into Wi-Fi mode. The simplest way to put it in Wi-Fi mode is just to power it up and wait for 60 seconds with your controller turned off. If the receiver is bound, then you can go into the Lua script and go to the Wi-Fi menu, and you can force the receiver to activate Wi-Fi right now. But I'm guessing it's not bound, and that's why you're asking. Wait for about a minute. The LED on the receiver will begin fast blinking, and that means it's in Wi-Fi mode. If you go to your Wi-Fi networks on your phone or your laptop, you will see the ExpressLRS_RX Wi-Fi network. You connect to it. The password is ExpressLRS, all lowercase. And then you go to the address 10.0.0.1 in your web browser, and it brings up the web page for the receiver, and you can see all kinds of information about the receiver. If you have an SPI receiver, though, then that doesn't work, and the answer is different. But most people don't have an SPI receiver, so I'm going to leave that answer out for now.